Welcome back to Modded Minecraft Feed the Bees. Last episode we conquered Flux networks, so pour yourself a nice hot coffee and join me as we go deeper into our power situation. Okay, so now we've mastered wireless networks and this is going to massively help our lag problems. I kind of hope, but what else can we do? Well, it's about time, I think, that we looked at our reactor. Now, we used the Powah mod to make a reactor hardened, but there are much better reactors in Powah mod. So let's take a look. Where's my Akashic Tome? This is a bestiary. What's going on here? Aha, there it is, in the old Muck backpack. So we'll just put this back in here. Hey, bubbity boop boopity bop, it's me, your boy, your man. What am I saying? Saying a what? You may have noticed also that we've cleared out all of these latex processing units and bits and bobs, because once again, in our fight to combat lag, we're removing all of the machines that we're kind of done with. So you start with the starter reactor, you then go to basic and then hardened. But if you take a look at Powah, it looks like you can go to blazing, niotic, spirited, and then nitro. So there's a whole bunch of reactors that we could be gunning for. Yeah, so here you go. I'm going to grab up some of these things like the energizing rods and whatever, and we're going to upgrade these to the max. So we have the hardened reactor. What we want now is a blazing reactor. To get a blazing reactor, we're going to need, hardened reactors. Oh man, this is a real pain in the butt. Now, upgrading our reactor is fairly simple. However, it does need a lot of materials. For example, we need uranite to make reactor starters. We need basic capacitors, which are redstone, dielectric paste, iron ingots. Dielectric paste is coal, clay, and blaze powder. And so what we can do is we can kickstart this process by utilizing, you guessed it, our automatic crafters. We finally have a use for these bad boys. So if we go over to the pattern grid, we can type in Powah and put in all the basic things we need. Okay, amazing. So look in the creative crafter and now you can see almost everything from this mod that is required to make the very end game reactor blocks we have put into the creative crafter. So now, in theory, if we ask for one of these, it will try and craft everything and tear up everything until it gets to the final reactor. The only problem is the raw materials. We'll need redstone to make blocks of redstone, and we'll need, I don't know what this is, we'll need coal, clay, and blaze powder, of course, to make things like the dielectric paste. Dielectric paste. And that's all well and good, and for the basic raw materials, we kind of have a lot of it. However, we don't have any blazing crystal, we don't have any niotic crystal, we don't have any spirited crystal, and that's where these pylons come in handy, the energizing rods. So we're going to make some energizing rods. Now, much in the way the reactor works, these can also be upgraded with previous tiers. So you use a starter to make a basic, and then a basic is used to make a hardened, etc, etc. So let's plug these into the system. We shouldn't need to add too many more recipes. Let's go and play with the computer and see if we can get high-level energy rods. Right, so we don't have any dielectric casing, but when we hover over here, it says missing items, dielectric casing is in blue, not red. That means we don't have it, but it means we can craft it. So if we control and click, press go, and when we try again, bam, it's made a dielectric casing. Amazing. So now we plug in the last rod, and now we have, boom, 4 energized rod hardened. Amazing, and that's how auto-crafting works in this kind of system. So what are the hardened ones used for? Well, they're used to make blazing, which means we need blazing capacitors. Control-click here. But we can't press start because we're missing some blazing crystal, which is what we're going to use these energizing rods to make. So let's do it. So cable goes down, just 4 like this. It looks very ugly, but that's fine. The rod's on top, no sweat. The charging point to charge these bad boys. Oh yeah, and it looks like when you dig up a flux point, it stays into the network. It stays in the network that it was connected to. These are all charging up beautifully. Down goes the Energizing Orb, which we're going to put here. Now we connect an exporter to send blaze rods, to send blaze... That'll do, actually, to send blaze rods to this device. And then behind, we're going to import back into the computer system. Is this going to work? Oh, no, that put it inside it. Get out of there. So it looks like you have to feed into this device from the top, and I think maybe you have to suck out of it from the bottom. So that's what we're going to try and do. So here we go. The exporter will set this to blaze rods. Oh, they're going in. Wow, so it looks like it can put multiple in there at a time. However, while they're in there, these energizing rods are not doing it. Aha, so it looks like they only do one rod at a time. Well, what does that mean? We'll grab a clock from the computer. We must have one left over, right? Clock, there we go, perfect, exactly one. Put this on top. Oh, here we go. It keeps adding one before the other one's complete. So let's see. Oh, so close. Although what would speed this up for the time being is adding more energizing rods. So let's try that. There we go. It's a dirty way of doing it, but we have managed to kind of slightly automate making these crystals. Now these work for blaze rods into blaze crystals, but the extra level of materials, the higher tier materials that we're looking for, like, let's see, where is it? Yeah, Niotic Crystal, Spirited Crystal, Nitro Crystal, they're going to need a lot more power. They're also going to need a lot better energizing rods. And yeah, one every 10 seconds is just not going to be good enough. So what we need to do is keep on top of this entire system and make sure we're getting plenty of power to all of these energizing rods. Now, the basic cables from Powah only manage to send, I think, what is it? 1.4K per tick. So maybe there's a better cable that we can go for. Okay, yeah, man, look, basic universal cable packs 3.2K per tick, advanced 51K per tick, elite, and then, oh my god, ultimate universal cable is 3.2 million. So let's make some cable from Mechanism because this stuff really is the bee's knees. Bada boom, bada bing, let's put this stuff down. Now, universal cable doesn't work super well with these charging rods because look at that, there's a weird bit of clipping there. It's a very ugly solution, but it works for us right now. So we've got some crystals now. Let's see if we can upgrade some of these energizing rods. Just get one more, boom. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna upgrade the hardened ones into super blazing ones. And there we go, with just 3 blazing ones now, this goes at an insane pace, and we can also probably increase the speed on our clock. And so what we'll have to do is just assess the power situation, work out how long it takes to make each one, and then as we do kind of work that out, tinker with what we're doing over here at the redstone clock, and bring down the time limit on certain crafts. So we've got blazing crystals being powered up by these energizing rods. Man, and look, we've got 8 now energizing rods blazing. And what I'll try and do is add a couple more, maybe 3 more here as well. But 8 is fine for now. So what are we doing after the blazing tier? Well, the next tier is, of course, going to be Niotic Crystal. Whew. So this is where you energize diamond into crystal. And this could be spicy. I wonder how much power this takes. Oh wow, not actually as much as I was worried. And it looks like the clock is pretty well configured at 175-ish. Amazing. So what is the tier after diamonds? Let's take a look. Spirited Crystal is, oh, emerald. And this needs 1,000,000 FE. Whereas the diamond is 300,000, the next step is 1,000,000 FE. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make some of these energizing rods into the diamond tier. And there we go, we've got now 2 diamond energizing rods. Amazing! And as you can see, these rods are just like so superior to the blazing tier. And the diamond is being crafted in like a split second. That's amazing. Well, not a split second, but it's been done very quickly. So let's see if we can jump now 2 tiers from the hardened reactor all the way up to a Niotic, the diamond tier. We're going to skip the blazing tier and go straight to the Niotic. So to build a reactor, we need 36 reactor blocks. No sweat, I think. And we want the reactor Niotic. So if we click on this, hold Control, press Start, cool. And then bam, whoa, 4 of these. And now we just keep doing that. I guess there must be an easier way of doing it. Auto crafting. There's no way to, yeah, it just lets you do 4 at a time, but that's fine, right? Another 4, and we'll just keep doing this until we get 36. Okay, so sometime later, and we have our Niotic Reactor. So let's plug this in over here next to this reactor. And what we'll do with these reactors is we'll kind of overlap them. This one's our first reactor. We'll put our second one here. Then when we go to make another one, we'll replace the reactor that's here, and we'll kind of replace them in tandem, so we always have 2 reactors of decent level. Now again, to build a reactor from Powah, super simple. It's a block that's 3 by 3 by 4, I believe. And it gives you this cool UI whenever you go and try and place it down. Now we're going to try and mirror the one over here, which has got a gap of 2 from the edge. So we'll put it here. Oh yeah, it's going into position. Now what else will our reactor need? Of course it's going to need to be hooked up to all of the machines that we have, the computer network. So we'll dig into the wall here and get it all configured. There we go, cable and exporter. So down goes the exporter, down goes the cable. Now, this machine is exporting uranite, redstone dust, coal and ice. But because this reactor is a little bit different, what we're going to do is we're going to set the auto crafter to create some packed ice and use packed ice instead of regular ice. So here we go. We've got regular ice, which is used to make packed ice. Like that. Create the recipe, and then packed ice is used to make blue ice. Like that. Amazing. So these 2 recipes can now go into the creative crafter. And now it's time to configure this bad boy. So we want it to deposit in redstone, coal, blue ice as the coolant, and then of course uranite as the fuel. And let's take a look. Oh yes, the uranite is going in. Wait, the ice is not going in. Aha, and you know why the ice isn't going in? It's because we haven't put a crafting upgrade in there. So this should put the blue ice inside. There we go. Solid coolant -17. Amazing. Generation factor, here we go. 840 FE per tick. But this bad boy can do 2.7k FE per tick. That's amazing. There we go, amazing. Now all we need to do is export this power to our grid. So we need another flux plug, which we should have somewhere. Oh, and we'll put it this side as well. Boom. Put it into my network. Oh, amazing. And there we go. Mischief managed. We have 2 reactors now, a Niotic and a hardened. And we worked out downstairs how to set up the energizing rods properly and automate that process. And the next step in the chain is emeralds. However, emeralds are something that we don't have a huge amount of. We had well, let's have a look. Do you guys see them? I can't see them. Am I blind? Yeah, there we go. We've got 190 emeralds. Not too many, so we can't really afford to start making them into the materials for power reactors. And that's going to bring us on to the second order of business. We've got 2 reactors now and the infrastructure in place to upgrade our power system. Now it's time to do something that I think could be contributing majorly to our lag. What we're going to do is we're going to finally eliminate the bee pods. Now this is a little bit emotional because, oh man, I've had these bee pods since the very beginning. And you know what? They're pretty good looking. Look at this. Oh man, I'm gonna be sad to see these little suckers go. But they're really inefficient. We can build apiaries now, so there's absolutely no excuse why we shouldn't be. So it's time for us to finally eliminate the bee pods. Oh, say your prayers, bees. Now, by the same logic, we could be getting rid of this bee love hotel, but oh man, there's too many fond memories in this love hotel. Just thinking about all the bees that we've put together and forced to breed. Oh man, it's so romantic. So, step one is to jar up all of these bees. Now, we have a whole bunch of bees in our computer system, and one of you guys in the comments section said that you're amazed that my computer system hasn't crashed because I have so many captured entities in my refined storage system. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to create a big old chest where we're going to store all of the captured entities. Now, what is a captured entity? I don't actually know, if I'm going to be honest. I think it might be a bee. That's a captured entity, right? It's a bee in a jar. However, what I also think they might mean is the cardboard boxes. This is a cardboard box with a spawner. So I think that's a captured entity. Also, mob swabs. We've got a whole bunch of these and they've all got the DNA for our valuable animals that we're going to add to the farm. So we also need to get those in their own special place. So what's a really good chest for us to build? And there we go, 2 obsidian chests. Let's plonk these down. Oh, it got dark. Did not see that coming. Oh man, it's just like in real life, yeah? Have you ever been like at home? Oh, just roasting myself on my own jetpack. Have you ever been at home, just, you know, whiling the hours away? It looks like the sun's still out. You start a game of Civilization, and before you know it, you turn 100 in, and it's midnight. Oh man, it's the worst. But it's also the best, because man, Civ is great. Well, let's put them up here for now. I like the idea of just hiding them up here in these chests that are kind of out of sight. Oh yeah, look at the size of this bad boy. Man, what a chest. What a massive chest. Now we've got the jars, it's time to gather up these bees before the sun sets. Let's do it, let's scoop up some bees. Now this is going to be easier said than done because a lot of these bees are in hives. So we might have to play the waiting game with those. Oh yeah, up you come. Get into my jars, that's right. Well, my friends, it is time to dig everything up. Now, if we dig up everything before we dig up the modular routers, they will suck up all the items so we don't have to. However, I do think that breaking this ethereal glass is going to break it for good, which is a bit of a shame, but it's got to be done. So, it's time to say goodbye, brave bee pod. Oh man, I remember building these. It was so nice. Ah well, ripperoni and pepperoni. Oh, you know what, guys? I've got a really good feeling about this upping our FPS. As soon as we can get these modular routers out of here, I think we're going to have a massive spike in our frame rate. So long, modular routers. Okie dokie, and now it's time to set up our apiaries. Now we're going to be using the ethereal glass again because it's just so useful for us and what we're doing. And yeah, we're just going to have a row of apiaries all the way along here. We are, however, going to need to tidy up some of this little bit though, so I'm just going to get some dirt from my pack and plug it in, if I can find some dirt. Well, okay, let's give it a test run and see how many apiaries we can make. So if we right click on here, we want to make a tier 4 apiary. Hold control, press the plus. Aha, and it shows us what we're actually missing. And oh my god, we are missing 2,277 honeycomb. Whoa, oh my god, 248 oak bee nests. Oh man, that's crazy. Now, I'm fairly sure we can use guardian nests instead, but this is a real spanner in the works. Whoa, hang on a sec. Whoa, what's this? Citizen reports rumors of pirates closing in on the northeast. Never eat. Oh my god, there it is. And that's a big old ship. Where are these sons of guns? They're closing in. Closing in quick. Luckily, I've got my one-shot machete, my jetpack of doom, Nothing at all can get in our way here. Oh yeah, lovely jubbly, ripperoni and pepperoni mother truckers. You ain't going nowhere, you ain't coming back. You ain't coming back from this. 1, 2. Okay, one down. Let's get his get the spawner. Boom, spawner down. Where's the other spawner? There's one in the crow's nest, right? Got it. And I think there's one inside. Oh, there's one. Amazing. Amazing.
Who wants to fight?
Oh, here he is. It's the boss. It's the boss man. Old pirate captain. Let's take him out. Wait, there's 2 captains? What the hell? It doesn't seem... Ooh, look at that. With a skeleton. There we go. Boom. All pirate spawners secured. Let's go mop up the remainder.
I'll be back! I'll be back! I'll be back!
Who's this guy? Looks like a pirate admiral. Ooh.
I'll be back!
You will not be back, my friend. Oh my god, there's so many.
I'll be back! I'll be back! I'll be back!
I think we did it. I think we've killed all the pirates. Freaking fantastic. Mischief managed. Well, compadres, thank you for watching this episode of Modded Minecraft Feed the Bees. This episode, we made some huge leaps and strides. Now, what I'm going to do between episodes is swoop around the ocean and gather up all the guardian hives that I can find. And they're super easy to get to because look at this. Right here, this is a prismarine bee's nest. That means I can get a tier 4 apiary. The groundwork is laid. So until next time, a huge thank you for watching and subscribing. As always, any tips, advice, or comments, pop them in the comment section below. And if you want to become a member to support the channel, please be my guest. Until next time, though, take care.